It's you burn off more calories if you eat earlier in the day. I try to consume my chocolate early. But by all means, buddy, eat at whatever time suits you the best. By all means, up. Hey, Debbie, look at this. Oh, Nick Brown, hello. Nick Brown wanted a show. Debbie doesn't follow me on Twitter, but Nick does. Thank you, Nick. Nick is the one that brought me here. Debbie, I don't ever see you on Twitter. But Nick, I really appreciate you. And Enoch, I didn't see you on Twitter either, bro. You know, I've been blowing Twitter up for the last hour, wondering where you guys were all at. Didn't see Enoch, didn't see Evan, didn't see Jay Hammer. All I saw was Nick and Doc and didn't see Kat. Didn't see Steve running. Man, you guys. I wish you guys were on Twitter more. I really do, man. It would help me out so much. If you guys were on Twitter. Ugh. It would definitely motivate me more to do this show. You'd be torn if I stopped going live? Well, bro, you are one of the only people that gives a damn enough to support me as passionately as you do on Twitter, bro. So, Nick, I know you like the show. I can tell, man. You're one of the few that really goes out of their way for me. You guys know what I need. I need those fucking retweets so people can see my words. Find the show, you know? Josh Ham. To see all comments? I don't know, bro. I don't know. You're going to have to ask my audience. I don't know which one's the best one to see all the comments. You're going to have to ask my audience. Hey, you boy. Hey, Tiffany. David Long. Hello. Steve running serious issues for the last 5 days. Hey, Steve, tell me about your issues. And I am going to go ahead and refresh the chat and get a chat number here. Yeah, man, I can really get into taking care of myself, man. When I neglect the show, it's nice, man. There's a lot of things around here that I need to do. And but when I start getting into it, and I'm really into it, and I'm like in the middle of doing stuff to help me out, I'll hop on Twitter and I'll put a tweet out there just to see if you guys are around to do a show. And you guys, you heard that Trump will pardon Julian Assange. Yeah, there was a guy on Twitter that claimed that, but then he retracted the tweet, Shorty. So we don't know if that's really the case, unless you have new information that you can share. But this was from a preacher on the internet that's friends with Donald Trump. He said Donald Trump is going to, breaking news, Donald Trump is going to pardon Julian Assange. And then an hour later, he took back the tweet. He said, sorry, I made a mistake. I was on Graham earlier. Didn't see you, Steve, running. I didn't see you on Graham. I even asked if there were any gardeners in there. You didn't say anything to me. Just, seeing where you guys were at. Maybe you were at Graham and Ron's. That was a great show. I went over there. I could have done a 420 show. I thought about, it was 3:45. I went on Twitter. I started tweeting. You guys totally fucking ignored me. I was like, okay, I guess they don't give a fuck. So I could not give a fuck too. I wish I had more time to keep up. Love you, though. I wish you did, too, Kat. I wish you did, too. I wish you could retweet me, when I tweet on Twitter. That would be great. I wish you could retweet me at people. That would be great. I wish a lot of things that don't happen. I wish I had 1/10 of the following that Kyle Kalinske had on Twitter. I'd settle for 1/100th, of just a few people that have the courtesy enough to pay attention to what I'm saying by turning notifications on your phone when I tweet something on Twitter. That would be fucking great. I can never, my favorite people that I follow, I can never get to be the first like or the first comment or the first anything. I try. I've got my notifications turned on. They will tweet. I'll jump on it and someone will have already answered. Someone will have already liked. Hey, Caleb. No flags in my live stream, please. We don't do flags in here. Thank you for understanding. Not everybody flies your flag. I wish you loved me more, Cat. I wish you had more time. You know, this is what I need. I need some people who are gonna go out there and fucking work and hit goddamn retweet, man. I know it sounds so hard. Oh man, I don't know if I can retweet you, boss. It's just you're asking so much. You're really putting us off, bro. Yeah, I know. I'm an off-putter. But you know, imagine how I feel doing this day after day after day and getting as little recognition as I get for it. Absolutely no recognition for it. You know, put yourself in my position, you know. Any of you do a live show 3 times a day for an hour each show, you know, for hundreds of people? You might understand what it's like for me then. You know, if you put yourself in my position and go, well, there's a guy, he's, you know, he could be doing other things, but he's doing this show 3 times a day. Maybe if you think about you doing it, you'll have a little bit more appreciation for the fact that I'm here doing it. You know, I'm certainly appreciative when I saw Graham and Ron go live, man. I was so happy to see that they were live because you guys weren't supporting me on Twitter. So I was like, well, I'm just going to go over on YouTube and support Graham and Ron since you guys are fucking ignoring me. And I did. And I stayed there and I really enjoyed their show. And, you know, I participated and I got more attention, really, from their fucking audience than I do from you guys when I ask you guys a question. It's fucking pathetic. But, yeah, man. Just so you know where I'm at, man. I'm fucking sick of you guys ignoring this shit. If you want the show, well, then show me, man. Get on fucking Twitter. Download the goddamn app. I'm not really asking that much. You know, it's like I'm Jimmy Dore, right? And you're AOC. And I'm asking you guys to take Medicare for All for a vote, and you guys are ignoring me. It's too much to ask. Oh, okay. Well, now that I've put it in those terms, I totally understand it now. I totally understand why you guys completely ignore me on Twitter. Awesome! Lighter. Here we go. Didn't notice the super chat bubble. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I added super chats on YouTube because it said to me, you're now able to have super chats. I'm not expecting anybody to do a fucking super chat. And even if you do a super chat, I'm not going to know unless you tell me. So, I'm not watching the YouTube channel. I don't know how to monitor super chats from here. StreamYard, I think, does that. I don't know. Anyhow, this one's for Connor Mumford. Connor, thank you for the 3. I do appreciate it. If you guys love this show and you want to see more of it, I'm a little angry because I don't get a lot of support from you guys on Twitter, even though I am the guy that is out there telling the truth all day. I'm the guy that's calling all the other people out on their bullshit all day. And all of a sudden you'll notice that people like Jimmy Dore and Graham Elwood and Ron Placone, they'll see things that I say and they'll be like, oh man, that guy makes a really good point. Yeah, he does make a good fucking point. It's too bad you guys don't recognize it as much as other people do. I make really good points. And as I make them, you guys are silent. You're not even paying attention. You're not even listening to me talk. You know, I'll make a really good point and I'll watch the chat and nobody says anything to respond to it. I'll be like, what am I fucking doing here? I guess I should just smoke cannabis, you know, and ignore the chat and ignore y'all. You guys aren't even fucking talking to me right now. You're not even saying a goddamn word right now. You're all just sitting there staring at me. Is that y'all? I don't even know if there's people there, man. Are you guys even there? Hello? Have you heard a fucking word I've said for the last fucking 5 minutes? That I've received fucking 1 chat per minute? Hey, Chris, how's it going, buddy? It's like you're dealing with a bunch of fucking stoners or something. Right, John? It's like I'm dealing with a bunch of fucking people who aren't listening. You know, I thought that since I could use cannabis and think, I would find other people out there who could use cannabis and think. I guess everyone just loses their shit when they use cannabis. You just got over COVID? Oh, good, Eddie. I'm glad, man. Welcome back. You're surviving COVID? What, Chris, you got COVID too? Let me know. Hey, man, I'm just telling y'all how I feel. If you guys want to be little bitches and run out of here because you don't want to hear my fucking opinion about how I feel about y'all ignoring me, then fucking leave. I don't give a fuck. I'm so tired, man. I'm so fucking tired of this goddamn game. You know, I come on here, I tell you the truth all day. You fucking ignore me. You don't share the video. Nobody else shows up. It's all the same people all the time. We don't get any new fucking viewers. Well, Tim Barnes, well, that's wonderful. Thank you for saying that. Finally, somebody said something nice to me, everybody. And his name is Tim Barnes. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Jay Hammer says, I'm going to get Twitter now just for you, bud. I enjoy your political views and I love cannabis. Jay Hammer 88, thank you for getting Twitter for me. Thank you. You know, I come on here day after day and I'm so nice. I'm like, you guys, oh, I'm on Twitter. We're doing this on Twitter and blah, blah, blah on Twitter and blah, 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 blah. And nobody does anything. I got to come on here and fucking beg and cry and piss and moan. And then you guys are like, okay, I'll download Twitter. Okay, I'll do it. Good. Well, whatever I got to fucking do. Tonka, do you love me enough to go download Twitter for me, Tonka? I never see you on Twitter. You know? Chris Regpick, I never see you on Twitter. Yeah, he's gorgeous, isn't he? I'm going to fucking ride you motherfuckers so hard today. Thank you, Eddie. I would love to see you back on Twitter. Only pussy bitches will leave, says Tim Barnes. All right, I've got a bong hit waiting for one of you. It is for Connor Mumford, the only person to drop a digit so far this goddamn live stream. Okay, so dropping a digit means you went and you shared this on 2 forms of social media and you gave me a 3. Or you maxed out a tweet on Twitter and you dropped a 7. Then I can smoke for you. That's how this works. That's the only reason I smoke on here now is when you guys share it. It's the only thing that works. So Connor Mumford, this bong rip is for you. Let's see if anybody else follows Connor Mumford's lead. Cheers. These bong hits are fueled by your shares on social media. I don't care about shared, Stephen Running. I need a digit. I need to know if it's a 3 or a fucking 7. I don't need a fucking shared. It's either a 3 or a 7. What did you do? Did you do a double share on 2 forms of social media? Or did you fucking do a massive tweet on Twitter? Give me a number. That's what I need. Single digit. Thank you, Stephen Running. Next one for you, bro. You didn't know I was on Twitter? What's it say at the top right there? Nay's Garden on Twitter. I don't know what else to do. I can't get you guys. Oh, Tonk, are you going to help me out on Twitter? I need retweets, bro. I need you to follow Nay's Garden. I need you to fucking share every goddamn tweet that I put up. I need you to retweet every tweet that I send out to Jimmy Dore, send it out to Miserable Lib, send it out to Graham Elwood, send it out to Ron Placone, send it out to Tim Black, send it out to Tim Cast, which is Tim Pool. Send it out to Ben Shapiro, who I'm starting to like more and more the more I listen to him. Yeah, I know he's an asshole. I know he's a sniveling fucking piece of garbage, but I do like him more the more I listen to him. And it's my attitude is I'm more open to people now. When did you put it up? Jonathan Teodori. Every show for the last 6 months or so, bro. It's always there. It's on every show. It's always right there. Tyler Incenite. Tyler, thank you. Cat. Oh, Cat. Dropped a digit. Nick, just a digit, bro. Just a digit. Just a digit, bro. Don't put letters after your fucking number. Just the number. I'm not being a dick. This is so I can, when I'm scrolling back through, I can find your fucking digit, all right? Just a digit. Do it again and do it right. Jesus fucking Christ. Look, man, I really I really need for you guys to prove to me that you can do simple shit, like drop me a digit so I can smoke my goddamn bong. It's not rocket science, people. All right, listen to me. Listen to my words. I'm trying to train you to hear my voice and understand the meaning of what I am saying out of my mouth hole. Okay, that is what I am doing. That is why I'm one of the main reasons I'm making you guys drop just a single digit. Making sure you guys are listening to me because you guys aren't listening to anything I fucking say. You know? I'm trying to score you guys Medicare for all. Most of you, all of you, would probably benefit from it. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are in the upper echelon. You know, maybe you're wealthy and you don't need it. I'm assuming though, or you're like Chris Redgepick and you live in Canada where they already have Medicare for all. But if you live in the United States and you want Medicare for all, I'm trying to help you all out. Look, Medicare for all is going to hurt me. Understand? Think about how crazy that is. I'm trying to help you people, man. I'm trying to help you, and all you have to do is fucking show me that you're willing to help yourselves, and I'll keep doing it. How do you do that? Retweet Jimmy Dore's tweets. Retweet them at me. Retweet my tweets at Jimmy Dore. Retweet them at AOC. Retweet them at all 15 of those people in the Senate. My pinned tweet on Twitter. Go retweet the pinned tweet on my channel on Twitter. It's at Nays Garden on Twitter. This is how you do it. This is how you show support, people. This is how you show love for me. You know, Shayna Bell, why do you keep unfollowing me on Twitter? Why do you keep unfollowing me on Twitter, Shayna Bell? I've noticed that you're doing that a lot. You unfollow me. So when I see you unfollow me, I unfollow you back. I just unfollowed you again. You know? Trying to figure that out. I was like, what, are you mad at me or something? I'm banned on Facebook, but I did tweet you, Nay. Good, man. I know you guys are getting banned on Facebook. You guys are getting banned on all social media, and I understand that you're dealing with this just like I am. Try to follow the rules and try to do it right. I only ask for 1 share per show, man. 1 share in a large group. That's it. You should never get in trouble for doing that. Unless you guys are doing some other funny business on Facebook and getting banned for other things. I don't know. Are you guys getting... You never unfollowed me? Well, you just did. You just unfollowed me on Twitter. Yeah, you unfollowed me on Twitter. I was pissed. Yeah, I was like, why the fuck are you unfollowing me? I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I'm sitting here trying to get people and you're unfollowing me. Shayna Bell, you are not following me. Well, you're not following me. I'll follow you back. I'll follow you right now, but you are not following me. You know, I don't know if you know how Twitter works, but you just click on the blue thing. It says follow on my channel. That is how you follow me. You guys should do all of these things if you really want to fucking hook it up. All right? I'd love to be impressed. I would love for you guys to do shit on Twitter for me that impresses me, that I'm like, whoa, you guys are really helping me out. Now you're getting me seen, and I really appreciate it. Whoa, I want to start crying. You know, I want to be touched when I see you guys blowing me up on Twitter, right? I don't even want to be able to use Twitter because when I turn it on, I just wanted to be so-and-so shared you, so-and-so followed you, so-and-so shared you, so-and-so retweeted you, so-and-so shared you, so-and-so said this, so-and-so made a comment, so tweeted you at this person, tweeted you at that person, tweeted you here, tweeted you there. Just constant barrage from all of you all day. I want to be blown away by the support. Just, it would be nice once. I mean, I know you guys try. Some of you guys try and you don't really know how to do it. You don't know what to do. You just go on there and you start fucking going crazy. Retweet. If you retweet at people, it makes a big difference. So when you go to the retweet button, you click retweet with comment. You don't know how it works? Well, I followed you, Shayna. Go to my channel and click the follow button on my channel now. It's at Nays Garden. And stop fucking unfollowing me. It's the second time it's happened. I don't have Twitter, but can share on Facebook as much as you go up. Tim, download Twitter. It's just an app. You know, do you want a compass on your phone? You download the app, right? Do you want a weather information on your phone? You download the app, Tim, right? Am I being too sarcastic right now for you, Tim? Or do you think that maybe you fucking deserve this for saying that you don't have Twitter after everything that I've just said over the last, right? Thank you, Tim. I love you. Thank you. Good. You know, it's a fucking app, people. It takes 1 minute to download Twitter. You go to the App Store, you type in Twitter, it comes up, you click on it, you download it. All of you know how to fucking do this. And then, boom, you got Twitter. Then you go into Twitter, and you go to the search thing, and you type in Nays Garden, boom, you're at my fucking channel. Hit follow, bam. Start retweeting every tweet that I put up. It's the little two squares that look like, it's the little two arrows that look like a square. I don't want to have to spend time on the show asking you guys to do this, man. I'm fucking so sick of asking you guys to do this shit. I don't know how else to do it, because when I just put it up there and I leave it up there, nobody does it. Nobody goes and retweets me. Nobody does anything. And if I ask you nicely and I mention it, like at the end of my shows, most of you leave when you know I'm ending the show. You do. Dude, if I mention Ron Placone, oh, the numbers start dropping. I've watched it happen. So, am I mad that Trump lost? You're asking me if I'm mad that Trump lost? Gita, I'm going to answer you in the form of dance. Okay? Hey everybody, it's Nay from Nay's Garden here. I'm doing a live podcast right now like I normally am and making a short little video for you. It looks like Gita19 has asked, I think he's asked a question. He did not use punctuation or capitalization, but it just says, you mad Trump lost? So I've decided to respond to Gita19 in the form of dance. And I hope that this translates over. Because, you know, you never know how people are going to take something. The song is called Overdose by the Ox Project from Orlando, Florida.
What you're looking at is the final statement Eileen Wuornos made. She was allowed to make a statement, and there was really no time limit on it. This didn't take her 30 seconds. And we read it to you. Quote, "I'd just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock, and I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus, June 6th, like the movie. Big mother ship and all, I'll be back."
NavesGarden.com. A year ago, did you think we'd be here today? Not me. Not me. Nope. No way. It's like one of my favorite fucking Paul Rudds. Oh, when he's eating the hot wings. Oh, I fucking love it. I need a little fan. Just a little air. It's controlled chaos. I obviously studied ballet. I'm a classic ballet student. You guys should try hiking on the mountain sometime. Keeps me energetic. Just hiking on that mountain helps. And my new chair exercise. Look at you guys dropping digits on me. I love it. You guys see my new chair exercise? Did that answer your question, Gita 19? How do I feel about Trump losing the election? I will answer you in the form of a dance. I shall now answer you in the form of dance. I should have said it more like that. God damn it. Connor Mumford. And then it was Steven Running, right? Yeah, Steve Running. Okay. Steve Running is next. Okay. Jason DeShane, call me Nay, bro. N-A-Y. What's up? Woo! How do I feel about Biden? Oh, horrible. As bad as about Trump. That's how I feel about Biden. Just as bad as Trump, bro. For all different reasons, but just as bad. You know, maybe fucking a little worse, bro, but hey, man. If it's any consolation, here's my fucking sealed ballot for that election. Here's my California state ballot for that election. I refuse to participate in it. And I felt like that was the best message I could send to my audience, was that I wasn't going to partake in this thing. I was going to stand back and fucking laugh at it. And that's what I did. It has been such a fucking comedy to watch what has been going on. And I feel so vindicated with what's going on with AOC and Jimmy Dore right now, because I told you guys about AOC months ago. I said, someone asked me, they're like, Nay, what do you feel about like AOC? I said, she's a fucking dumb cunt. She's bought. And we did a whole thing on it on my show. And we talked about it. And I'm so glad when every time I say something on this show, and I wish there was somebody that was archiving this. I wish there was somebody that gave a fuck enough about this show that when I said something that made sense, they would at least write down the show title and the date and where and the time in the show that I said it and archive that shit. That'd be so fucking nice if I had someone like that to do that for me. And then you'd be able to go back and you'd be able to see the shit that I fucking said. It's always fucking dead right. I'm always fucking right. And that should scare the fuck out of you. You know why? You know why? Because of this. You know, all of you grandparents out there, and you're like, God, I hope he's fucking wrong about that. Well, what the fuck else have I been wrong about? You know? AOC is bought, but Ben Shapiro is not bought. Not really. Bought by who? By a blue sunglasses company? You know, where does Ben Shapiro get his money from? And who am I to say that Ben Shapiro is or is not bought? I don't watch him that much to know. I don't know anything about him. All I know is he said one thing yesterday and it made total fucking sense. It was the first time I've ever heard him make sense. You know, he actually said something that made sense. And he was right about something. You know, we listened to him speak about the whole Texas thing. And it was great. You guys saw, he made total sense the whole goddamn show. Hey man, I'm not saying he's not a cocksmoker. I'm not saying I fucking trust anybody who believes in a God. I have a problem with you people. Oh, I do. You know, you believe in a God? Well, then you'll fucking believe anything. You know, you'll believe someone that comes to the door and says, yeah, Nate's been in an accident. I got to come in and use the phone, and you'll fucking open the door. You'll believe there's a fucking God protecting you. You know, and what drives me crazy are the people that believe that God designated Trump, but now that Trump has lost the election, what do all those people have to say about God today? I'm just kind of curious. Not God this time. God doesn't want Trump to be president, or no, God is set it up this way so that in 2024 Donald Trump can come back and be even stronger and more powerful, like Obi-Wan Kenobi after he was struck down in an election against Darth Vader. I knew I was going to lose a couple people. I lost about 6 people on that one. It's cool. Simon Molina's like, you're talking to me? I'm just making a point about trusting somebody that will believe fucking anything that people tell them, even when you give them the information to say, look, there's no evidence of this at all. You've been lied to. There's a lot of things you've been lied to about, and people won't even look at the evidence. I'm not going to trust that person. You know, Arn Ra. I have a problem trusting Arn Ra. You know, he wouldn't even accept some of this for free. The shit that I'm putting on my mouth right now. I'm literally putting this shit on my mouth. He wouldn't even fucking accept this shit to take his pain away. I have a problem trusting that guy. You're not even going to accept this for free? Damon, that one went right over my head. I'm beginning to think that Jesus fella is a bit of a punk, says Wendy. God, let's hope not. I'll believe in God when someone can prove him. Never seen. Marie sounds ignorant. Says love chance. Neighborhood bum. Aaron looks like the devil. I know. I kind of like that he looks like the devil, though. I kind of like that about him. I like that he's intimidating. He's a big dude. I like the Fu Manchu, the long hair. He's always wearing black. He listens to fucking speed metal. That he drives that black Jeep. All of it. He's fucking cool, dude. Arn Ra's cool. I'm not going to trust him fucking stay at my house while I go to Florida for a couple weeks, you know? Because, you know, he doesn't trust this. If you don't trust cannabis, I don't trust you. You know, if you don't trust this solution of cannabis, that's 1.5% THC. If you can't trust that, 1.5%, Arn, you're only going to put 1.5% worth of the oil into your skin. You know, you're not rubbing straight cannabis oil. The thing is, though, it does go in. It will. The vehicle is coconut oil and peppermint, and it will get it into your skin. You know, you may have bought some other shit that didn't distribute it as good as my shit does. David's like, when are you coming to Florida? I might not ever go to Florida again. I was thinking about that today. You know, this is a new world we're living in, guys. I don't feel comfortable going to Florida, to tell you the truth. I don't. Yeah, I don't want to go there. And what am I going to go do? Hang out with all my friends? I'm going to be a fucking super spreader. What if I catch that shit? I don't know I have it. I'm smoking. That's what we do. We smoke. We're all going to be smoking in a big fucking circle, you know, laughing, and we're not social distancing. Yeah, I can't do that shit, man. You can't control that situation, you know, and I don't want to be responsible for my friends dying, you know, or them giving it to their parents and their parents dying. Sucks, but, you know, for all you douchebags who voted for Donald Trump, it's your fucking fault that I can't go to fucking Orlando. So fuck you! You know, we would have been over this shit by now. Guaranteed this shit wouldn't have fucking happened like this if Dickhead wasn't in the fucking Oval Office. If you voted for Donald Trump, fuck you. This is our situation now. If you supported Donald Trump for 4 fucking years, fuck you. This is where we are, and it's your fucking fault. You thought that man was a good leader, and you still do. Oh, God. Rubio is one good reason to not return. To Florida? Ugh. Bill Barr steps down. Man who prosecuted NXIVM sex trafficking ring is now second to the AG. He now is in the position to recommend the death penalty. Huh, Fish? That's interesting. Fish Taco Cat. Kip gave me a thumbs up. Thank you, Kip. Eva Mestas says, exactly. Thank you, Eva. Tonka Medford. Although Tracy Harris kills them both. I don't know who Tracy Harris is, Tonka. You mean Kamala Harris? What? Eva Mestis. Eva Mestis says, I couldn't stand that piece of shit back in the 80s. Man. I hope you guys all agree with me on what I'm saying here today. I really do. I really do hope I have your support. And if I do have your support and you want to prove it to me, download the Twitter app, find @NaysGarden, all one word, on Twitter. Follow that. Find the pinned tweet, retweet the pinned tweet, like the pinned tweet, leave a comment on the pinned tweet, retweet the pinned tweet over and over and over again at different people like Be Real, at Snoop Dogg, at Ice Cube, at Jimmy Dore, at Miserable Lib, at Graham Elwood, at Ronnie Placone, at Tim Pool, at Lee Camp, at Tim Black, at AOC, Rep AOC, at Rashida Tlaib, at Real Donald Trump, at Donald Trump Jr., at Real Candace O. I mean, I could keep naming them and naming them and naming them and naming them and naming them, or you guys can go find people to retweet at yourselves. But go do this. Steve Running, we already got you, right? Get you? Yeah, Connor. Then Steve. And now we're going to hit Cat Stoops. Thank you, Cat Stoops. At 1720, she gets the regressed 420. Which one of you mouth breeders are getting the Pfizer vaccine? Mouth breeders? You mean mouth breather, bro? Is that what you meant to say? I'm not really, I've got to be completely honest with my audience at all times. Until there's a vaccine that is proven to not cause Bell's palsy, I won't be getting one until they have a Bell's palsy free vaccine. And when they have a free, no Bell's palsy triggering vaccine, I'll get it. I'll take the double shot. But once I found it, once they mentioned Bell's palsy, I was like, I'm out. I'm out. Had it. At risk to have it again. Can't do it. That doesn't mean you guys have to worry about it. But 2 out of 44,000 people getting Bell's palsy from the vaccine is too fucking many for me to take a goddamn double shot. That's where I'm at. And I got it like, hey man, this is why hopefully my audience comes here. Because I don't put out fucking propaganda. I never do. I always tell you exactly what's going on. I'm always honest with you guys. Right down to the fact that I didn't vote in the stupid fucking election, and I prove it every day. I always show the proof. I mean, that's why hopefully people are coming here to see this show. I talk a lot, and it's always the truth. You know? Damon says, thank you for the greeting on the show earlier with Ron Placone and Graham Elwood. You're welcome, Damon. It was good to see you on that show. I wish I'd see more people in here on Graham Elwood's fucking live stream when Graham Elwood is live, especially when I'm not live, you know? And with Ron Placone in there with Graham Elwood, and I didn't see, you know, but you were in there, and I can't think of anybody else that was in there. And you even said you didn't get a notification, right? Wasn't that you? It said no notification or late notification. Thank you for keeping it real. You're welcome, David. The real kids everywhere, bars, hotels, baseball, Budweiser, Pepsi, at every restaurant you can imagine. It's a horror film in Florida. No, Stukes. Tell me what's going on in Florida. I swear to fuck, I just got black-pilled by fucking Michael Malice. Please tell me, bro. Is Florida really that bad? You guys, it's like I need to show you this. I can't believe this. I am so let down right now. You know, look, I know these guys lie. I know these guys are wrong. And I know it's misinformation. But goddamn, Tim Pool, the guy who repeatedly lies to his audience, he's got 45,000 people watching him live right now. Tim Pool, the guy that lies to his audience, I've got 40, he's got 45,000. What do you think about that, guys? He's live right now. If you guys want to go run over there, everybody wants to go see him, I guess. You want to go listen to him fucking lie to you. 45,000 people watching Tim Pool. 42 watching me. Can you fucking believe that? Jesus fucking Christ. Lying gets you more people on your goddamn live stream. And not showing the fact that you use cannabis in front of your audience. That gets you more people on your live stream. You know, hiding any, you know, cannabis use, which I would think he would think more outside the box if he used cannabis. Wendy, hi, biochemist here. Don't take medicines or vaccines under 10 years old. The FDA is corrupt as cow shit, and the drug companies pay them to get drug approvals. So much unsafe shit is on the market now. They're playing with people's lives. Wendy, thank you for the information. Damon's like, I'm not into liars. Steve Running says, sorry, never watched Timcast. Too much bullshit. Dude, it is bullshit. Let me tell you something. He lies. I'm telling you guys, subscribe and watch him so you'll come over here and see how good you get it when you come to my show. Let me find this video, Michael Malice, that I was watching earlier. I'm on the wrong channel. Yeah, I'm on the wrong channel. Let me switch channels. Switch account. I fucking hate YouTube for this shit. I have to switch my account just so I can super chat in Graham Elwood's. I gotta switch my account just so I can super chat in Graham Elwood's. Can't give him money on my other account. Watching you 3-4 years ago, and you had hundreds of viewers on a live stream. Yeah, yeah, that's the way it used to be. We were just talking about that Neighborhood Bum the other day. Yeah, I used to have a lot of viewers, man. I had a lot of activity on YouTube. It was fucking great. And it was about, 5 years ago or so, they stopped telling my audience when I would go live. I put up a thing on Twitter about it. I've got a photo, to show it. Michael Malice. You guys, this is what I call being black pilled. When people lie to you, they're giving you a black pill. It's a poison pill. So Michael Malice loves talking about pilling people. You know, you white pill someone, you red pill someone, you blue pill someone. This is fucking black pilling. I got black pilled. All right, I'm going to show you.
It's like none of the psychologists. Maybe it's perfectly normal for a kid to grow up in a world with no facial expressions.
They're making fun of wearing masks. They're saying that, you know, libertarian world would be like everybody wearing a mask on their face too. It's kind of funny. Guys will lie to their audience. This is like they're being fed the truth by Michael Malice. He's got
What's going on in different European countries, where it seems like they hit their peak and started coming down, but it seems like they started coming down if you factor in the time it takes between when you get the virus and when
Give
you
me
show
1
symptoms
second,
and all
guys.
that. If you factor that in, it's quite clear that they were coming down before the lockdowns. And this is like almost time and again this happens. And then, of course, they're going to try to credit the lockdowns with that. So there may be some favorable stories coming out of Europe that, gee, maybe we have the interventions occurred. And that's the key thing that has to get out there. Because even once this thing is behind us, and all pandemics pass eventually, it's going to matter that we get the narrative on this right. So, for example, just because the Great Depression is over now, doesn't mean that it doesn't matter for us to, not know what caused it or get it wrong. Because I don't want to have every 5 years, I'm not going to be locked in my house. To hell with that. We got to fight this thing and show how the interventions that they did don't seem to show results. And they just go berserk on them if there's even the tiniest rise in so-called cases. But then you have all these states that have been locked down like crazy, and they're seeing massive spikes. They're all wearing masks and all that. Yeah. The media never says, "Oh, shame on them." It's never. It's because they know what causes it. People's bad behavior. I point out that the governor of Nevada got the virus 3 days after he had lectured the people of his state for their bad behavior. I'm going to give you 2 weeks, and after the 2 weeks, I'm not going to come back and say you have another chance. And then 3 days later, he got it and said, "I don't know how I got it. I have followed every precaution in the book." Yeah, how about that? Arnie Duncan, who was Secretary of Education, he got it. He and his wife, got it. And they said, we did everything. We social distanced. We wore masks. We didn't have people at our house. We don't know how we got. So the narrative whereby there's a moral problem.
Someone just said, someone named B something just said, I'm a coward for not letting people debate me. Where was that at? Hold on. Kip says, Periscope made me a super fan of your show. Oh, right on, Kip. That's fucking awesome. God, it must have been way up here. Right? Maybe not. Maybe I just imagine that someone said that to me. I swear, I just thought I saw on the chat someone said, you're a coward for not debating people on your show. I don't know who said that, but whoever said that, you want to step up and say who it was that said that? Whoever it was, you want to stand up? Or are you gone? You're probably gone, right? Oh, here it is. You are a coward for not letting people debate you. Be anything. The guy who doesn't even want to show his face on social media. Okay. All right. Be anything. Here I am. What do you want to debate me on? Be anything. What is a fascist? Says Fish. A fascist is someone who believes in empirical power from the government to control the people, basically. Fascism is imposing restriction on a people, basically, type of government. Like you could probably name some world leaders who were fascists that were really bad. They probably killed a lot of people, you know. Trump is a fascist of sorts. He wants to impose his you know, unhealthy beliefs on other people. And people don't see him, you know, a lot of people don't see him as that. And those of us who know what tyranny and fascism really is, we see it. We saw it coming from a mile away. So now, hopefully that's why you're watching my show. Corporatism definitely leads to abuse. Definitely. Let's get the definition so we don't go crazy here. Let's get the definition for fascism. Okay, Google. Fascism definition. Corporate account speaking. Moment. Just a moment. Corporate accounts Mona speaking. Just a moment. Okay, Google. Fascism definition. Okay, Google. Fascism definition.
According to Wikipedia, fascism is a form of far-right, authoritarian ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition and strong regimentation of society and of the economy, which came to prominence in early 20th century Europe.
I nailed it. There you go. Corporations aren't fascists per se. You know, you're using the wrong terminology. Really, I know people say that. You know, people want to say corporations are fascists or whatever. It's a different kind of abuse. Corporations abuse people, that's for sure. But it's not. They don't do it politically. Or I guess they do, don't they? They buy the goddamn politicians, don't they? And then they have the laws written. I guess corporations are fascists. You sold me, Shayna Bell. You fucking sold me. That was quick. Corporations rise to fascism. Corporations do rise to the level of fascism. You know, when they spill oil and they poison our water, yeah, that's fucking fascist. So what is Mark Zuckerberg then? Fascist? Approaching fascism in a way, but you know, I don't think that Mark Zuckerberg has the ability to send soldiers to your home like a fascist government does. I don't think Mark Zuckerberg has the ability to persecute you or prosecute you for disagreeing with him. He can only block you from using his service. Yeah, see the difference there, guys? Don't make that large jump. I mean, yeah, I could see how there are corporations that do practice forms of fascism. If there's a corporation out there like the MyPillow guy, right? And he wants to spend his money and give it to Donald Trump. Well, then goddamn it, MyPillow is fucking fascist. And I totally see that, man. He wants to push his Christianity on people. He wants to push his belief that women don't deserve to have abortions. And he uses his money to buy a corporation to send it to Donald Trump and support him, who is fucking fascist. I totally see that. Yes. You're just angry that when we die, nothing happens. Be anything. That's the level of your debate. Am I angry? No, I'm not angry. Why would I be angry that when we die, nothing happens? Why would that make me angry? So you're already a liar, and this is why you're not debating me. You know, number one, you attack me. So let me just ban you. Number two, you say, you're trying to define what I am, right? Or what I think. You don't know what I think. That's not a debate, dude. When you learn how to debate and when you have a a subject or topic that's debatable with me, let me know. Right now, you just brought fucking a cunt stain to my fucking podcast, and I was forced to block you. Bye-bye, cunt stain. Bye-bye. Oh, you're a coward because you refuse to debate people. Okay, what do you want to debate? You're angry because you believe that when we die, nothing happens. Oh, that's the debate? Okay. Bye. Oh, I know, right? Oh, what the fuck? I mean, maybe if the guy had used grammar or, phrased it a little bit better, I would have given it a little bit more. I would have entertained it, at least. Well, I want you guys to hear what this motherfucker says about Florida.
When you get the virus, it is as anti-scientific as it is possible to be. People are innocently trying to survive.
We'll find it. Just wait till you hear what he says about Florida.
Here, by the way, you can still find on Twitter, I found a thread of liberals saying, the typical conservatives overreacting to this whole thing. It's just a flu, So, and not to mention that this document called the Great Barrington Declaration that was drafted by three. Oh,
dude, what's going on with my fucking connection?
Experts in the field, Oxford, Stanford, and Harvard professors, and then signed by many other healthcare people in the general public, speaking against lockdowns and in favor of just protecting the vulnerable. That kind of document, first of all, I don't know why that took like almost a whole year for that to happen. Just repeating what should be obvious to us, that the consequences of the lockdowns
And listen,
are horrific. The toll that they're taking.
It's so horrific. 8,000 frames dropped. All right, so we're back. So I had to turn off the video because my internet service provider, Viasat, sucks my cock because they can't provide me enough bandwidth to do this fucking show. Windows 10 sucks my cock because I didn't used to have problems like this until I got Windows 10. I want to say also that Google Chrome sucks my cock, and that my streaming software company sucks my cock too. XSplit, they all suck my fucking cock. Oh, and Manycam sucks my cock too. All of them. For making it impossible for me to do this fucking show. Especially at this time of day. This is the time of day they always fuck me on bandwidth. Yeah, Vermont Bread, take your fucking bullshit off my live stream, okay? Nobody fucking wants to hear your stupid bullshit. I was really curious about what that guy said. Yeah, it's too bad, right? I wish I could show you. What he said about Florida is like, Florida's doing really good. They had a couple sporadic lockdowns, but, it started getting worse. And then when they stopped with the lockdowns, everything started getting better. And now everything's doing really good in Florida. That's what he fucking said, and I wanted you to fucking see it. And then I wanted Stukes to tell you how it is in Florida. And if you're in the state of Florida, press number 1. If you are in the state of Florida, press number 1. Hey, David C. Baker Jr., Donald Trump lost the presidency. You can stop hashtagging space farts, bro. Okay? It's a useless hashtag now. He's no longer president. We're not going to have Space Force anymore. All right? That shit's going to get disassembled. We're going to do better shit with our money than that. I guarantee you. Florida is doing so bad that even the false and so-called president has ordered them to get their shit together. Is it true that the virus has mutated? I don't know. Do you want me to Google it? Where did you hear that, Mark? There is a new coronavirus strain from the Telegraph. Has been found in Wales. Scott Daily Mail. These are not. None of these are legitimate. I can't report that, dude. None of those are legitimate news sources about talking about. You gotta wait till it becomes legitimate before I'll fucking talk about it. Space Force will save us from ourselves. They don't own it. Dave C. Baker Jr. says all the amenities. That's better, Dave. There you go. There you go. Let's not fucking talk about old Donald Trump shit that doesn't matter anymore. Let's talk about all the amenities. That's better. Like, I don't come at you like a condescending jerk, so how about you stop? Shayna Bell. Get their shit together. The government owned by corporations. The virus has mutated. They don't own it. They just bribe every single person we elect or install. Whichever, says Fish. David, all the amenities still processed per Constitution. David C. Baker, I can THC. Goddamn right you can. Wendy, yes, the virus has already mutated several times. Reports from NCIB and researchers in Germany have tracked at least 3 variations. Wendy Waitkiss Roberts. I'll wait till it becomes national news. Well, when you say the CIA is funded by evangelicals, come on, man. There is 2 general types of COVID, COVID A and COVID B. Try reading some Chris Hedges. I've read all of his books. Triage Oil. Space Force is from Jesus. What the fuck was that? Hey, Billy. I'm starting to know a lot of personal friends and family members that are getting COVID, says Nick Brown. Thank you very much. On what news, Mark? Dude, don't fucking on the news me, Mark Andrew Barlow. Don't fucking on the news me. Did you get it from a legitimate news source? MSN.com. MSN.com. Who is MSN.com? MSN. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck. Oh, Microsoft News. Is that who that is? Is it legit? I can't read any of this to you guys out loud on the internet because they'll take my show down. But you guys can go look at this article. News-medical.net. Yeah, I don't know what news-medical.net is. I don't trust that shit. I don't trust shit I've never heard of. This Microsoft News might be legit though. Dude, I can't report any of this article, but I'll tell you this. Y'all need to go fucking read the article. You guys need to go read the article. Maybe in a day or two when everybody else is talking about it, I'll be able to discuss it on here. I'm not going to have another goddamn one of my shows taken down over this bullshit. Oh, you're misinforming people! You're misinforming people! Suck my dick! ABC News is covering it. That makes it safer. I don't even trust MSN News, man. ABC News. Let's see what this one is. This is an article from May 7th. Okay. Yeah, that's from May 7th. Wendy, I'm gonna block you if you keep fucking spamming my goddamn chat with shit from May. I'm gonna fucking block you. All right, Wendy? Don't fucking do it. When is this one from? I really hate when you guys don't know how to do fucking source work. November. Wendy, it's your last goddamn fucking warning. All right? If you post one more link on my fucking podcast that is some old bullshit, is not some fucking breaking news that there's something that my audience needs to be concerned about, you are sitting here straw manning my fucking audience with bullshit. Oh, look at all these articles! Look at all these articles! Yeah, this one's from May. Yeah, this one's from fucking 2 months ago. Are you fucking kidding me? You're fucking fake news. You guys need to be aware of shit like this. You know, when somebody wants to convince you of something and they start throwing a bunch of fucking old articles at you and they don't know how to do source work, or, oh, look at this article. It's from the Daily Mail. You know, immediately the hair should raise up on the back of your neck and go, wow, this idiot is getting their information from the fucking Daily Mail. He's insane, so how is he insane? What does he get wrong? Because I have to know what the marching orders are. You're literally crying? Stop crying, David. Stop crying. Don't cry, man. Listen. It is fucking surreal, man, and it sucks. But David C. Baker Jr., the good news is, I prepared you for this over a year ago. Way before this even happened, I told you guys anything could happen. Start getting ready. Kevin Combs just posted Infowars.com in here. You know, Kevin Combs put up a very good link there. You guys are going to want to go over there and check out Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com as well. This is very good sources of information you're going to get. I don't understand. If you call Trump a fascist, you aren't aware of what's going on, or you are actively part of the CCP takeover. We have an enemy, and they are trying to destroy our country. CCP, baby. What is CCP takeover? I don't know. I'm sorry. Jimmy Dore has had him on his podcast multiple times. Who are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about, you're talking about that author you mentioned earlier. Noam Chomsky or somebody? David is a crybaby. Donald Trump would laugh at you. It's okay. David can cry all he wants. Thank you, Alex. Do you realize how many learning about the Constitution at the moment? Deborah. Shayna Bell says, what the? Fish says, so being on Jimmy Dore's podcast equals legit. Chris Hedges. Chris Hedges you're talking about. I've never really listened to Chris Hedges before. I just haven't had the opportunity yet. I'll check him out sooner or later, I'm sure. I've heard good things about him. But I've never really listened to the man speak before, just to be honest about it, you know. I don't know what he's about. Shayna says, he's amazing. He predicted this whole thing. You know what, Shayna Bell? When did he predict this whole thing? When did he predict this whole thing, Shayna Bell? Let me know. I'm kind of curious. You've piqued my curiosity. All right, who dropped a digi, what? What? Digi, what? Digi, what? Alan Moda did. Alan Moda did. I haven't smoked for Alan Moda. I haven't smoked for Alan Moda. You better go and grab a motherfucking soda if you're talking to Alan Moda. He predicted this whole thing. He talks about Pence in his book. He predicted what? I'm still asking you. When? What? What did he predict? This whole thing, what? I predict Trump will be president for another 4 years. Take it to the bank. Just let you know. I love you all. I wish I didn't have to be this way, but it has to be. There is no other way. Fish taco. Taco cat. That is so funny. With your stupid fucking name. Oh my god. You're such a moron. Christian fascist right wings war on America. Okay, Shayna. But they just lost, hon. They just got voted out of office, right? Snorting a line of brain force. Ronnie. The right wing. You're snorting a line of super male vitality, only half a line. Of course, it is ultra potent. It is so ultra potent. The right wing takeover of our government. Oh, you're saying that Chris Hedges predicted the right wing takeover of our government? You know, you give Chris Hedges way too much credit, honey. You give Chris Hedges way too much fucking credit for writing his book. What year did he write his book? What year did Chris Hedges write that book? (2008) I'm going to show you something from 2005. Okay? And everybody knew this. Everybody. This is nothing new. And Chris Hedges didn't fucking predict dick. Let me tell you something. They were already doing it years before he wrote that fucking book. So watch this and you tell me what you think.
Not too bright, folks. Not too fucking bright. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, and you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions, right away they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. We need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. You say to them, well, you know, we tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test. I say, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you'll need to get into college is a fucking pencil. Politicians, kids a head start. Head start, left behind, because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice.
And that's what we were just talking about when you said corporations are fascist. I said, no, they're not. And then I said, well, wait a minute. Wait, corporations own the politicians. Yeah, they are fucking fascist in that they do that. They impose their beliefs. And I used My Pillow guy as an example of a fucking fascist, someone in a corporation that doesn't think that women have a right to choose what goes on inside their body, and then goes and gives all of his money to Donald Trump to push that legislation down women's throats. That's exactly what George Carlin was talking about back then. And years before this, in an episode of what was it called? I want to say Barney. It was a comedy. Fish Taco Cat, I'm going to have to block you from my live stream. It was nice seeing you in here, but you can't lie. I'm not going to have you in here lying to people. I'm going to block you on YouTube, and then I'm going to block you on my Restream chat. All right? I don't even care what you just said right there. I'm not even going to read it. You know, you can't come in here and say COVID is fake, dude. You're going to get blocked immediately. I'm not going to let you and you're sitting here having a conversation with one of my audience members, and I can't believe that Shayna Bell, I can't believe that you were engaging that douchebag, that you were entertaining that fucking troll bitch. Jesus fucking Christ. You know, don't even talk to them. You just give them a reason to keep blah, blah, blahing on my fucking chat. Just ignore them. I'll get to them eventually, I promise you. Do you think Donald Trump will get arrested for not paying his taxes and all the other shady stuff? Yeah, I think Donald Trump's going to jail. I think Donald Trump's going to jail. And I think, damn it, he got me. I think there's enough people. What was the name of that cop show? Barney Miller. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Yeah, Barney Miller. There was a show called Barney Miller. A lot of the older folks that watch this show that are my age, they remember it. There was years before he did this, because this was back in 2005? Yeah, way before. They had a crazy guy, right? It was, hey now, Hank Kingsley, I believe. It may have been another actor, but I'm going to find it for you and watch, okay? I'll tell you what year this was when I find it. Here, watch this. It was the conspiracy. Yeah, it was. This is fucking fantastic. Now, I'm going to try to play this so I don't get in trouble. So it's going to be sped up. It's going to be flipped over. Give me a second.
They're the ones who should be arresting, not me.
Why don't you say that before? What we got here? Captain, this is William Klein. He was wrecking our office.
Sir, I just wanted to meet them face to face. I wanted them to admit what they were doing.
Who is they? He was in the office of the Trilateral Commission.
Trilateral Commission.
1981. All right. Now, this is 1981. And I want you guys to realize something. Okay? The people that wrote this script, okay, they knew exactly what the fuck they were talking about. Listen to what he says. They push him off as a crazy guy, but they knew exactly what the fuck they were saying when they said all this. So pay attention. Did I say this was 1981? Yeah, this was 1981, guys. I just want to make sure I got it backwards. Yes. Okay. And sped up.
All right, what is the Trilateral Commission? It's an organization founded in 1973 by David Rockefeller to bring together business and political leaders from the United States, Europe, Japan, so they could work together for...
Alan Moda, I spoke for you. Who was after Alan Moda? I don't know.
Well, that's what they'd like us to believe. But you see, what they're really up to is a scheme to plant their own loyal members in positions of power in this country, to work to erase national boundaries and create an international community, and in time bring about a one-world government with David Rockefeller calling the shots.
I take it they're pressing charges?
Yeah, well, he broke a globe and some UNICEF artwork.
Well, they're in on it too. Documented evidence. It's all in there. Show him.
Well, I got these magazines here.
Conspiracy Review? Suppressed Truth Roundup?
The whole master plan is exposed.
Yeah, well,
You're still not convinced, huh? Would you like to hear the names of just a few of the people who have been on the Trilateral Commission?
not particularly.
James Earl Carter. Heard of him?
Look, Mr. Klein.
Henry Kissinger. You heard of him? Walter Mondale.
Who? Mr. Klein is
John Anderson. George Bush. I think at the convention. Everybody thought it was going to be Ford for Veep. No matter who won in November, they had their man in the...
Mr. Klein, you have a seat over there. You can give all this information to Sergeant Heath. Okay?
Thank you.
Sit down.
Thank you. Here you go. Okay, that's it.
Thank you. Guess you think I'm just another crackpot, huh?
No, I think you voiced some legitimate concerns.
Really?
Sure. Any large organization of powerful people, even if it's not conspiratorial, is open to excess and abuse.
You know, you're the first person who's really understood what I'm talking about.
Well, I think you got some very valid criticisms of the commission.
Right.
And I'm certainly going to bring them up at the next meeting.
What?
I'm a member.
Oh, God, no!
No hard feelings.
They're great. It's great, man. It's fucking great. The way they wrote that, it doesn't get much better, man. Right? Akina Phillips, thank you so much, honey. Thank you. This was back in 1981. They knew, man. They knew. They knew. Everybody knew. It was a big fucking club, and we weren't in it. You had to have a lot of money. You buy your way in, and these motherfuckers had their way with the United States federal government. They start wars, they assassinate, they start coups in other countries. You know, they start more fucking wars. They lie to you, and it never ends. And then, you know, Barack Obama comes along and continues all of it. You're like, I'm going to vote for this man. He's saying, hope and change, man. You're like, I'm hoping you change, baby. And he gets in there and makes it worse. Drops more bombs, starts more wars, man. You know, there's no hope, there's no change. And so people were fed up. And then we got Trump. And then, you know, Trump claimed he was going to pull us out of war, and he did a little bit. But, you know, I mean, war's a big business. Okay. A lot of people make a lot of money off of it. And way more people die from COVID than die from being in war. So if you want to be mad about war and stuff like that, hey man, I support you. I totally understand. But I'm really busy right now trying to fucking figure out how the fuck we're going to all stay alive with COVID killing all these people. It gives me indigestion. You know, just it's literally, I can feel it rising. Brandon. Yeah, what do you got? That's from an old Barney Miller, the boom boom thing. You guys, I want you guys to start dropping the digits on me. If you shared this in social media for me, I have to refresh the chat. We've got to get a chat number here. It's not fair to me that I don't know how many people are here. It's not fair that Restream does this to me. Okay, 26. I'll take 26 people. Okay, there's 26 of you. Will you guys do me a favor? Will you please share this and then drop a digit on me? And if you already did it, drop the digit again, and I'll smoke for you. Hey, Astral Surfer 663, how are you? I am fine. Thank you for chatting with me. It gets lonely up here on this mountain. I'm all by myself. I've got my dog. Sent to DM, says Brandon Troy Yuri. Yeah, I don't do DM. I don't do DM. I just block DM. Sorry about your luck there, buddy. 3, motherfucker. Nick Brown. Okay, Nick Brown dropped a digit. I thought I already smoked for you, Nick, but if not, I will smoke for you. I mean, if I haven't smoked for you, I'm totally gonna smoke for you right now. It's me, Food Bites TV. Astral Surfer 663. Food Bites TV. I remember you. I remember you. I like you. I like you. I like you. Money for bombs that kill children, but no money for health care. I really like you. You light up people's lives. I remember going over your podcast and going, you know, I don't even I hadn't even watched them. I'm like, I already like this person. I just love the way you present yourself and that you look so real. on your. I don't even think I went back and watched any of your videos. I need to do that. Because I'm a horrible person. Okay, what am I gonna smoke here? Look at this. I don't even know. Nick Brown, he said smoke for me again. I don't know. If you didn't do it now. I'm not saying anything is fake. Give me a minute here. I'm trying to pack a bowl of Jack Harris. You be good to me. I'm good to you. You be good to me. Yes. Okay, here we go, guys. You guys, you know what you can do? You can retweet the hell out of this show and retweet the YouTube link. Okay, I'm going to tell it to you. So open up your Twitters on your phone right now and get ready to just type this into a tweet. It's youtube.com/ the letter C / Trendy As Dabbers / live. You take that and you retweet that out to every human being that you possibly can right now on Twitter. I hope you too, Nate. You are a super stellar light worker, dude. Aw, thank you. Thank you. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This one's for Nick Brown. I'm doing what? I'm doing smokes. I'm smoking down for the digits that you drop on my chat. This is what we do. There's a little puppy right here. His name's Rogan. He's very sweet. I love this doggy. I've taken him out for many walks today. We've been getting a lot of exercise, going up and down the mountain. We go up the mountain, then we come down the mountain, then we go across the mountain. Then we cut back across the mountain, then we go up the mountain, then we go down the mountain, then we go across the mountain again. We're going everywhere. I'm going everywhere with this freaking doggy. Love you, bro. Love Trendies too. Nick Brown. Yeah, this one's for you, Nick Brown. Cheers. Astral Surfer, would you consider hosting me on your Twitch channel? While you're over there, can you do that? Dude, my whole neck is sore. All the way around. Like a collar of pain. All the way around my neck. It's tender on both sides when I poke it right here. Right here. Hurt. Pain. Pain right there. It's so weird. Sore. What? Are those my fucking lymph nodes right there? I think they are. It's not good. It's not good, man. I'm fucking scared. I'm fucking scared, man. You know, what David C. Baker said earlier about being, it's a surreal reality that we're all living in right now. Our current way of life has become, oh, fuck redacting your 3, dude. Just be patient for the next bong rip. God. How dare you? Behind the ears? Yeah, these are down here on my neck. These are way down here. Sore here, and it's sore here on both sides. Sore right here. There's like a vein, you know, right there. You can kind of feel that's all sore. I hope I don't have the COVID. I hope I do not have the COVID. Do not want to catch it. Oh, man. Just want to fucking stay home and be away from people, man. I wonder how bad it is in my little town now. My little county. I haven't checked. You know, and I wanted to see Florida. I wanted to see what the I want to see, because after what Michael Malice said, and it's probably going to fuck up my bandwidth here, but he had that idiot on his show, and after what he said, Billy says, "Were you using sex robots recently?" Oh, dude, I live up on a mountain. I do not have a sex robot. Wow, man. Somebody's trying to send me a message on Messenger. Holy fuck, dude. You know, it's funny. People don't realize I get beeped, but I have no way to check those messages. Ugh. LA is really packed as far as hospitals are concerned. LA is really packed. I'm gonna find out what's going on with fucking Florida right now. Let's see if I can get just a look at the daily cases, because this guy says that it's going down. He's like, Florida's doing really good. He's like, they are not doing lockdown. Everybody's just out. All the businesses are open. Everybody's living their life normally now in Florida. That's what he said. He said, and cases are going down. Is that true? Any of you guys live in Florida can attest to that? Because that's what the guy said to Michael Malice, and that's what I was going to show you, but I can't because my bandwidth sucks. Hey, Ryan. Ryan, what's up, buddy? Nobody leaves without trying the cheesecake, says Billy. God, I'm still waiting for this fucking map to load, bro. The COVID map takes so long. 303,500 deaths in the United States. So we're getting more than... Are we getting more than 3,000 deaths a day now in the United States? Every day? Or was that just a day there it was really high? Like, is it going up, 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 up? California called in a bunch of refrigerated trucks for people who died. David Faulkner. Alright, let's click on fucking Florida here. Hardy, Florida. Oh, are we not going to be able to see the entire state of Florida as a whole on this map? Huh. Let's click on US, and then that might give us individual states. Then we could click on the individual states from there. Maybe. Okay, here we go. U.S. Here we go, Florida. 20,000 deaths. 20,082 deaths in the state. Oh, fuck, dude. They're full of shit. Oh, motherfucker, dude. That Michael Malice and that guy... Holy fuck, dude, Florida's, dude, third wave in it, just like everybody else. That guy's totally alive. Totally black-pilled me, man. Holy, they black-pilled their whole fucking audience, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what? I'm sitting here in shock right now, guys. That's the state of Florida. Oh my God, did they fucking black-pill the fuck out of me. fucking Michael Malice fucking blackpilled me. Now, maybe I have enough bandwidth to do this again. Let's try to pull that fucking video up and get that motherfucker talking about how they've lifted all of the fucking restrictions in Florida and everything's doing great now. There's no more cases. All right? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get there without me freaking out my bandwidth. God damn. Billy, do you want me to smoke for you, bro? This is for my friend Billy. He can be a little testy sometimes. So this is for you, Billy, till I get on with this. Billy Ballantyne, cheers. Full screen to open up the menu. Okay, history. You don't have to smoke for me. Thanks, David. You guys, that's the fucking state of Florida. Wait till you hear what this
The
motherfucker...
magazine. His concern is that the working class is getting crushed by this.
Yes.
Give me a second. Bandwidth is... Ah! There goes my fucking bandwidth. Shit. God, YouTube sucks my dick. 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 No, it's my goddamn, it's the people that provide me with bandwidth. My company that does my satellite. It's that. I guarantee you, man. They
The magazine. His concern is that the working class is getting crushed by...
Let me go back. I gotta scroll around here a little bit. Maybe if I put them on low bandwidth, it'll look really blurry and shit, but it might look good.
Wow. Well...
Wow. I'm so sorry. Hey, Danny Anderson. I like saying your name, Danny Anderson. It's fun to say your name, Danny Anderson. My heater just came on. Wonder if it's going to shut itself off. $15,277. So I was thinking about pulling this up on my phone, actually. You know, my phone. I was thinking about pulling it up on my phone. I think I could do it. Google Tube. Only Google Tube. Okay. Wrong channel. Account. Nays Garden. This one. Okay. Library. Video. Okay, we're gonna do it on here.
Or more difficult with a Trump presidency.
Here, let me get my Bluetooth speaker.
And I came up with a scenario in which, under Biden, it becomes easier to resume normality. And I realize that runs contrary to what people think. And I'm not saying that the day Biden is sworn in, suddenly he abandons all the restrictions. I'm not saying they instantly like that. But the thing is, all these public health officials who've been screaming that there's no plan, are they really going to keep saying that under Biden? Are they really going to keep looking at the numbers and spinning them as quickly as possible? Are they really going to keep running the PCR cycles at 35 and above? I mean, are they really going to keep doing all this? There are ways that they can take credit for turning it around with some token measures and then declaring victory. And then Biden can say, look at what happened under this stupid guy. When you select somebody not in the establishment, look what happens. But I came along with the scientists and I gave you your life back, your weddings, your graduations, all these sorts of things. I don't think that's an implausible scenario.
The 2 points. One, the counter. I'm just going to sidebar here because you just did something very, very funny. So this is going to be a little history lesson, which I'm sure you're familiar with. 100 years ago, this year, Warren Harding was campaigning for the White House. Woodrow Wilson had been president for 8 years, the only Democrat elected since Grover Cleveland. The first election in 1912 was a fluke.
I want to get to where they're talking about the fucking goddamn Florida, so let me just...
Didn't do any of this stuff. They issued some guidelines. They did some modest lockdown, but not really. And we were and the headlines were, Washington Post had a headline like "Too little, too late" for Japan, whatever. Okay, Japan turns out to have one of the lowest death rates. They did amazingly well despite having a very high elderly population. Those people who panicked and screamed and warned that everybody was going to die.
Wait, hold on. Let's talk about this because historically, and it's very, very well known, Japan's whole demographic crisis was that everyone in Japan is old. And not only is everyone old, they're living far longer. I think Japan by far has the longest longevity of any country on earth. So not only do they have a huge percentage of elderly people as a proportion of their population, their elderly are also older than our elderly.
Yeah, their elderly make our elderly look like you.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that with this gray, but the point being, this is on paper the time bomb.
Yes, right.
And at extreme geographical proximity and population density. Like if all these scenarios were as they claimed.
Todd, let me find when they're talking about Florida.
It's twofold. Number one, they said that, you know, I was saying there's a study out there by something called the Wellbeing Trust that estimates that there will be somewhere in the neighborhood of 75,000 deaths of despair, which is suicides and drug and alcohol overdoses. And their response was, well, we don't have any hard numbers on this yet, but yeah, it's a projection. Now, they rely on projections 24 hours a day. The whole narrative is about projections.
I just love this idea. Well, none of these people have died yet, so your claim is false. And it's not lives. Well, maybe ask them what they think.
Yeah, ask them what they think, indeed. In fact, that's exactly what the governor of Florida said when he had his press conference opening up the state again. He said that, of course, we want to take special precautions when we're dealing with people who are particularly vulnerable, which would include the elderly. He said, but at the same time, we have to be careful not to assume we know what they want. Is because I know of a lot of older people who, when their relatives come to visit them with masks on, ask them to take the mask off because they want to see their faces. They want to see their smiles. And I mean, who are we to say, no, you can't make that value judgment because we've determined that this number of days of your life is worth one smile. I mean, this is kind of crazy. And then, although it's not dealing with elderly people specifically, there was a very interesting story that came out, and this was on all the news services from CNN to Fox, saying that in Japan, just last month, there were more suicides in a month than there have been COVID deaths all year.
Oh, I thought it was I thought it was month to month, a month
This
over
might not
a
be where they're
year.
talking about Florida.
The CNN headline reads, in Japan, more people died from suicide last month than from COVID in all of 2020.
My brain kind of auto.
1,000 malaria deaths over and above what there would have been otherwise. Now, they reported that mainstream service. So I think we can understand this in tandem with what Facebook did to the video, which was they fact-checked it. I've never been
this. It was NBC News, I'm 99% sure, just had a piece about how mental illness and suicide has increased enormously.
Let me keep looking.
come up with is Cuomo had to deal with the virus at a time when there was much less knowledge about it. And so, for example, it wasn't clear yet that ventilators might actually not be helpful, might be counterproductive. And he was screaming we needed 40,000 ventilators. Well, they ended up getting a handful of ventilators. They didn't even use all of those. They gave those ventilators away to other states. But so there weren't effective treatments, that doctors weren't even, one superimposed on the other. And try and figure out which is which. Well, Peru did a super inhumane, savage lockdown, and Brazil didn't. And they're not, they're different places. I get that. They're culturally different. They have different languages, but okay, but they're on the same continent. They're not a million miles removed. And they kind of look the same. So what's going on there? Or the problem is every time you compare nobody minds comparing some of the Asian countries to the U.S. because the Asian countries did better, and they are sure that's because of wise government intervention. But if you try to compare Sweden to the U.S., it's always, they're culturally different. We can't compare them.
Did you guys hear him say cunt?
They're not really being completely honest when they decide what we're allowed to compare. But the answer is always that, well, they're too different to compare. So we can't compare. We can't even compare states. Because, for example, I was comparing North Carolina and Oklahoma, and I was tracking the deaths. I have this chart where one is superimposed on the other. North Carolina has been much more heavily locked down than Oklahoma. And yet it's uncanny. The deaths track each other almost exactly. So I'm told, well, North Carolina is too different. Okay. So how about if we compare within a state? Would that be all right? Or so then somebody sent me, and I keep using it because it's such a great example, sent me a graph of just within one state, just within Tennessee, 4 counties, and one of them, and they all have exactly the same curve. And my joke is, I want you to guess which one of these counties closed their bars and limited restaurants to 25% capacity. On the basis of this chart, you tell me. And of course, the answer is you have no idea which one it is,
right? Because
they have exactly the same results. I mean, why is there no curiosity about this? It's all just panic, panic, panic. When things don't pan out and there aren't as many deaths as they expect, and Trump's appearance in Florida is not a super spreader, as you say, they just move on to the next thing. Why are they so, they have no curiosity? I'm very curious. Why should this be? As somebody who in March was very concerned about this, I was alarmed about this.
Yeah.
I would have expected there would be a clear and obvious difference in that chart.
He's going to talk about Florida.
Or that a state that didn't really lock down would be dramatically worse than another state. That is not the case. And there's no one even cares about that. Why?
I have some hypotheses, but are you surprised by how docile Americans have been about this? And I, over the last couple of days, have gone full Alex Jones, to the point of specifically what I mean is, I think at this point, it seems like they want to push this as long as possible. So a lot of people forget what it's like to be able to leave your home whenever you want and go about your business, and to travel without having to have any kind of explanation.
I'm so glad I figured out how to do this.
Wow. Well, when I was speculating about whether it would be more difficult with a Biden presidency or more difficult with a Trump presidency to resume normality.
Where is this?
And I came up with a scenario in which under Biden, it becomes
Grover Cleveland. The first election in 1912 was a fluke because the Republicans.
33.
And I think probably compared to today's, but yeah, it's rather similar to the Biden campaign.
Yes. Yeah. I forgot where I was going.
Well, I was saying that there's a plausible way out for Biden if he wants.
This is my issue. Why I think here's
Hold on. 36.
Obviously, the rule can't be I got to enjoy my life as a youngster, but you can't
right.
because I'm in danger. No, look, I'll figure out a way to keep myself safe, but for crying out loud, you don't. It's not like, well, you're 16, but when this is all over, when you're 18, we'll rewind time and you can get those years back. You can't.
Right.
So yeah, I have been shocked at this, but it's in part due to how suggestible people are. That if Hollywood were half divided,
God, where is he talking about?
I think America would be.
You get 20% off. They've got lots of cool different designs.
This document called the Great Barrington Declaration that was drafted by three experts in the field, Oxford, Stanford, and Harvard professors, and then signed by many.
Huh.
That I would like to hear you explain their point of view is that we were told for a long time, if we do this, it's going to flatten the curve. Take the medicine now, you're not going to have the pain later. And now, second wave. Everyone said in March, it's going to winter or summer, whatever, in the Southern Hemisphere, and then it's coming back in the fall. Was this unavoidable? Did they not prepare for it? Like, I don't understand what's going on here.
43 minutes.
Well,
in.
especially when, I mean, I wouldn't say I supported it, but I could at least understand the rationale of we're dealing with an unknown virus that is potentially extremely lethal, and we need to take a quick pause to make sure we're prepared to cope with it.
Yeah.
I can get that. Like, if you ask me to try not to do the following things just for the sake of this, I would have done that. But I guess what I'd kind of like to know is it's now been, since we did that, it's been 8.5 months. What was done in the past 8.5 months to expand capacity or to whatever? I mean, what has been done? Now, I did ask this of some people in certain hospital systems, and some of them said, well, here's what we did. We adapted this part of the hospital, we did this and that and the other thing. But I guess we kind of want to know, look, a lot of people burned through their savings to support them during this time, to support the healthcare sector, and then to be told, well, sorry, we got to lock down again because we're overwhelmed again. I guess we need a lot more hospitals after this is over. I don't know, just let them just mothball them for a while. I don't know.
I'm not wrong.
Dr. Fauci, you can get him on record. I mean, Trump is correct about Fauci. You can get him on record saying either thing. So he even said at one point, there's no guarantee there's going to be a second wave. So there was reason to think, oh, maybe there won't be. And then there were other times when he would say the second wave is going to be the tough one. Or there is pre-existing immunity possibly, or no, there is. I mean, I don't know. And then there was I wish I could remember his name, but I shared an excerpt of a Democratic congressman confronting Fauci at one of these hearings and asking him a question and saying, look, what is the length of time that a vaccine typically takes and to development? And Fauci said 7 years.
Are you surprised by, or are you? I know the answer, but I want to hear your thoughts. I imagine you're as disturbed as I am by how
maybe it's at the very
international the response has been. Like, I just wanted to get on a plane and listen to like music till 5 a.m. somewhere. I just tweeted that out last week, and there's like nowhere I can go on my passport.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how they all basically went for the same kind of thing. And then, as I've been pointing out, what a catastrophically ridiculous strategy that would be for the developing world, especially where a lot of these African countries have a very low average.
Oops. I just turned my phone off. Happy 710 coming up here really soon.
Average age. They don't have as large of a vulnerable population. So I gave the example because I know a guy, I know Gret Glyer, who created a philanthropy app, who actually lived 3 years of his life in Malawi, which at the time may still be the poorest country in the whole world. Governor slightly allows people to live a little. They just go berserk on him if there's even the tiniest rise in so-called cases. But then you have all these states that have been locked down like crazy, and they're seeing massive spikes, even though they're all wearing masks and all that.
Yeah.
The media never says, "Oh, shame on them." It's because they know what causes it. People's bad behavior. I pointed out that the governor of Nevada got the virus 3 days after he had lectured the people of his state for their bad behavior. And I'm going to give you 2 weeks, and after the 2 weeks, I'm not going to come back and say you have another chance. And then 3 days later, he got it and said, I don't know how I got it. I have followed every precaution in the book. Yeah, how about that? Arnie Duncan, who was Secretary of Education, he got it. He and his wife, got it. And they said, we did everything. We social distanced, we wore masks, we didn't have people at our house. We don't know how we got it. So the narrative whereby there's a moral problem when you get the virus is as anti-scientific as it is possible to be. People are innocently trying to survive, and some of them get the virus.
I'm going to tweet that out right now. If you listen to the corporate press, the thing that I believe his name is Scott of Vermont, and he basically announced that he's going to have teachers having their kids snitch.
Man, I don't know where in this fucking broadcast he's talking about Florida. Holy shit. Might be at the very, very beginning.
Where we get to stop doing this, because I want to see other people. I don't want babies to grow up in a world that looks like the Twilight Zone and they never get to see anyone smile at them. I mean, we all know, another one saying, give us freedom. And when they were asked, why are they doing
we're doing this to save these people's lives. Well, maybe ask them what they think.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So anyway, so that's what kind of part of what the talks were about, was trying to highlight these sorts of things. So the video that got taken down, the one called the COVID Despair, which is suicides and drug and alcohol overdoses. Oh, the World Health Organization has pointed out the problems that can happen with lockdown. And they linked me to an article from the World Health Organization in October.
Down, because I don't understand the science and you followed it. If the masks work, what do you need lockdowns for?
So the best thing they come up with that is
12 minutes in.
They work, but they're not foolproof.
But
so
then what does work mean?
I think this might be it.
They help to slow the spread.
The point is, it's like getting pregnant. Yeah, it's true that condoms break and they're not 100% efficacious, but if you're using a condom and the condom's applied correctly and it's not rocket science, she's not going to get pregnant. So if the masks are at all comparable in terms of a preventative as a condom, then you don't need the lockdowns. If they're not at all, if they're 50%, then it's really, I mean, the HIV parallel is there. It is incumbent on you, if someone who, as a member of a vulnerable population, someone who's being promiscuous or whatever, you have to take those precautions, assume whoever you're interacting with has the disease, and act accordingly. And if the masks aren't that, even if it's 90%, if this is life or death, it is incumbent on you to be like, all right, I have to make sure, well, at that point, then just make sure my mask as a vulnerable person, wear 2 masks, whatever I need to do. But I'm the one who's going to have to take responsibility because I have to assume with any illness, whoever I'm interacting with is not engaged in good faith or is just ignorant.
Yeah. I mean, that is probably the correct way people should be thinking. Now, on the mask thing, I haven't really made much of a fuss about masks because early on, my thought was, because I didn't know anything, I thought maybe masks would work because it seems plausible. You put a mask on, maybe that keeps all your stuff to yourself. I don't know, it seemed plausible. So I remember thinking, if that's my ticket to getting out of my house again, I don't care, I'll do it. I'm like, whatever you want me to do, I'll wear that mask. But the thing is that now that we've had months and months and months of this, after we were told by the director of the CDC that if Americans would just wear masks for 4 to 6 weeks, we'd really get this thing under control. Well, okay, America is at, apparently the latest survey finds 88% compliance. That's been true of a lot of countries around the world that are seeing massive spikes. What does this mean? I think it means that they've been oversold. And there's a guy on the Biden COVID team named Michael Osterholm, who he's, like all those people, been wrong on he way overestimated everything about the virus, but he is an expert on influenza.
Wait, I just want to interject because we all remember when this started, Best case scenario is 3 million deaths.
Yeah.
That's if we do everything exactly right. That's the best we can hope for. It's
Right, like that's it. He says, so it is, he says it's much, he says, of these different measures we've recommended, I mean, there were hard lockdowns in some places and contact tracing and all that. And then you had the haphazard response of Japan, which everybody has to admit was the headlines from the beginning were all saying, then mask wearing, but mask wearing, it's like you get shit they were saying about Japan 7-8 months ago.
Damn,
Back in
I wonder where it
April,
is in here.
the headlines, and I quoted a bunch, maybe, because as you say, if all these warnings about the deadliness of the virus were even partly true, Japan should be a Japan-shaped
hospital myself when they were showing it off. This is for tourists. And I have not even the slightest.
There should be mountains of dead bodies everywhere, it seems to me. It shouldn't just be that, like, again, even if I don't think Florida is worse, but let's say if Florida were mildly worse than some other place. Well, okay, but even that shows that apparently something's fishy about this virus if it spreads exponentially. Remember, we got all the midwits telling us about exponential growth, and that doesn't seem to happen. So when I asked Martin Kulldorff of Harvard, who was on my show, he's an epidemiologist, how do you account for the fact that the Sunbelt spike came down in Florida without any lockdowns? Like, what is the explanation? Why didn't it just continue on exponentially?
Yeah.
And he said, we still don't fully know, but the word immunity has to come into that sentence somewhere. That population has somehow built up some kind of immunity. And that is the missing piece of this puzzle.
Florida.
What else I found very disturbing.
Hey, it's okay,
is
Florida.
That when the Florida stuff happened,
you built up an immunity to COVID.
When the numbers started increasing.
You've got nothing to worry about. Michael Malice says so, and his fucking moronic goddamn guest. There it was, started at 20 minutes in, and listen to this motherfucker say that Florida's doing great. Then pull up the COVID map from Johns Hopkins, click on United States, scroll on over to where it says Florida, click on Florida, and look at how good Florida's doing today. But they don't want you to, these two motherfuckers don't want you to know that.
And they were like, oh, we were right. Told you so. The governor is going to be looking like an idiot. You're going to have lots of grandmas in Florida. That's for sure. It's going to be bodies to the sky.
Right.
And when that didn't happen, they just pretended
you're pretending that it's not happening, Michael Malice.
Proven right. And by being proven right, that meant mass deaths.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Basically what happened was, we saw the indicators coming down. Then around the time of the full reopening, which again is not that big of a difference.
Here you go.
There was a bit of a plateau that happened. But it should have shot back up, right? I mean, shouldn't it? It should be clear and obvious.
Yeah.
And that didn't. And yeah.
There was a
sense when Georgia reopened.
And that didn't.
Remember the headlines that it was an experiment in human sacrifice, and it's going to be it's trying to be the #1 death destination in America, and. They did fine. Georgia did fine by any measure.
Georgia did fine by any
Florida
stretch.
Has, just like Japan, a fairly old population. It has the 5th oldest population in the country.
They're
has a lot
old.
of tourists who come in and out.
These old
it has a lot of
people.
factors you would think would contribute to major problems here.
Let me try to pull up the goddamn COVID map again, just to kind of finish this off. Hopefully it'll load quick. Let's see what happens here. And I'll load Florida again. These fucking idiots. Florida's doing great. Georgia's doing great. We should check Georgia. Georgia did great. Georgia did great. Georgia did great. It's loading. Usually takes a little while for it to load. It goes. It's like it calculates it, man. Every time you pull it up. It's so weird. Florida's doing great, man. Florida's... Dude, get out of here. Florida's right behind California, bro. Yeah, we're not dropping frames. That's good. We're not dropping frames. That's good. We might want to see Georgia, too. No, Georgia's not looking very good either, man. 10,160 deaths in Georgia. On here, it doesn't give any indication that this is what I'm looking at is Florida. Man, these guys, you have to really ignore. Look up South Carolina. Let me see here. South Carolina. New Jersey, 15,000. Georgia, 10,000. Oh. Everything went black on me. I think they're updating it. Got them right in the middle of an update, I think. Yeah, everything is updating. Same amount of U.S. deaths. New York, 35,000. Texas. Has 24,000 deaths. California has 21,442 deaths. Florida has 20,000. New Jersey has 17,000, almost 18,000. Illinois, 15,000. Pennsylvania, almost 13,000. Michigan, 11,500 almost. Massachusetts, 11,500 almost. Georgia, 10,160. Ohio, 7,654. Arizona, 7,418. Indiana, 7,000. Louisiana, 7,000. North Carolina, 6,000. Tennessee, 5,600. Connecticut, 5,400. Maryland, 5,200. Missouri, 4,800. South Carolina, 4,756. South Carolina's actually doing pretty good. My county's looking good. We've got 1,306 cases, 22 deaths. Miami's got 4,000 deaths. Broward, right above it's got 1,700. Palm Beach has 1,700. Hillsborough has almost 1,000. Florida's not looking good at all, man. That's crazy. They're on there saying that. I don't know. I don't know. It's bad. This is bad. Man. India's got 140, almost 144,000 deaths. Brazil's almost got 183,000 deaths. The United States has 303,500 deaths. Wonder how many Japan ended up with. I must have gone right by it. Vietnam. Huh. I don't know if they're being true about some of these numbers. These are amazing. Iceland's only got 28 deaths. Australia's only got 908 deaths. Denmark only has 961 deaths. Slovakia's got 1251. Ireland's got 2,134. Slovenia's got 2,149. Japan, there's Japan. 2,581 deaths in Japan. $2,581. They were talking shit about Japan compared to our United States of 300,000. Japan has got 2,581. Holy shit. Were they talking shit about Japan? I think they were. Isn't that crazy? I'm so glad we're not dropping any more frames. I wonder what my bandwidth is. Just gonna check that too while I'm thinking about it. Probably going to drop some frames while I check my bandwidth. Yeah, that's not looking too good. Wow, that is horrible. Yeah, I'm being choked, man. My bandwidth is being choked. It's obvious. All right, we did a 2-hour and 23-minute show, man. I think that's great. Plus, we had some good content tonight, folks, for you. This speaker did us really well, didn't it? Why isn't it shutting off? There it goes. This speaker was great. I love these fucking things. There's those Bluetooth, little Bluetooth things are so cool. Yeah, I have no upload. I had no download. My upload was 1 meg. That sucks too. It's crazy. No internet for some reason. All right, love you guys. Thank you so much. Check out my friend Ron Placone. What about Italy? Italy, 65,857 deaths. All right, you guys, check out my friend Ron Placone at ronplacone.com and Ron Placone at ronandlucy.com. And also, he's got his own show on YouTube. It's Ron Placone. I checked him and Graham out. Graham Elwood today, the political vigilante. You guys should all be following Graham Elwood on YouTube and following Ron Placone on YouTube. Then we can see each other and hang out in their live shows. It's fun. Like you guys are all hanging out here. We could be hanging out there. You should be going over there, guys. After this show, go over there and go find them, okay, guys? Go find Graham Elwood. Make a note. I'm gonna find Graham Elwood. I'm gonna find Ron Placone on YouTube. I'm gonna subscribe to them. I'm gonna sign up for notifications, just like Nay. So I go meet Nay in there when those guys go live, and support them as well because I love those guys. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Love you guys. Enjoy your evenings. I'm freaking exhausted and tired. I don't know what's going on with this. I hope I'm not getting the COVID. Bye, guys. Good night, y'all.